trying to do 3 of these a week. Don't know again how long I'll be on here, but I'm sick and tired of having. Thomas is trying to get this channel down so hard, so hard. If you look in the photo that I put, the thumbnail for the vote, this vote thing, for this, that was what I got 2 days ago. It's just constant. Hey, San Francisco. If only I could steal away to San Francisco for a while. Steal away to anybody, place. We're supposed to get a blizzard tonight. Saki, we're supposed to get a blizzard tonight. And I just, all this bullshit. I mean, if I had to redo it, I don't know if I would care. You know, would I do the same thing I did? Because let's be honest, it would be easier to just turn away, not give a shit, be like most people. And doing this shit only puts a target on my back. And so it is a hefty, it's a big glass. And I'm drinking pink lemonade. Um, so I just don't, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. It's just me, and there's an army of them. And hey, Sherilyn, there's an army of them. And I'm exhausted. And I got paid yesterday, and I'm broke all over again. So I'm stressed. And now these tariffs are going to go off, which means things are even going to get higher priced. And I don't know how I'm going to feed myself. Me and a bunch of other Americans, I guess. It's a lot of emails. Oh my God. It just doesn't stop. And the fact that my sheriff could have dealt with this when that gas station exploded and didn't is just, and then they murdered Owen, and it could have been dealt with that. But what did my sheriff do? 6 months later, he sent us all a group email saying that they were fine, and I wouldn't have anything to say about anything, And this is the shit I go through. But then they're busy dealing meth down in the trailer park. And so it's just so, we live in bad days where there's no justice. And I guess that I'm supposed to give people help or give you guys hope. And I'm fighting my own battles with that right now. Anything that I've done, has anything amounted to anything, And then I fell asleep last night to Tubi, and it ran all night at 3:00, 4:00 this morning, because Tubi just plays over and over and over and over and over. So this morning, what I woke up to was something about this new age bullshit where we're all gods, which is total bullshit. But what woke me up is that they were talking about Michael Aquino and the Temple of Set. So that's what I woke up to at 4:00 this morning, because I didn't turn off the television last night. I usually don't sleep with the television on. I won't do that again. Because this morning, waking up, having to listen all about Michael Aquino and the Temple of Set, first thing when I opened my eyes, was not what I needed. Was not what I needed at all. And I'm just exhausted. I'm exhausted with this, all of this. It's just bizarre. And the fact that I have to, it's like Thomas doesn't have a life. It's like he's so obsessed with me, everything is about me. But then the Dead Isaac Cappy Club, everything is, they're obsessed with me. The only saving grace is they can't fucking steal the title to my house because I live in small town Iowa. So I went this week to make sure that they couldn't steal my title. And everything goes through the recorder. So they took my name, my phone number, my house number, and put it up on a bulletin board. So if anything comes out, anything comes across their desk, they're going to call me first. So, and that's the shit that I have to do. But then Social Security has told me that there has been a myriad amount of attempts at identity theft on my Social Security. This is what these assholes do. And my sheriff doesn't help, you know? Doesn't help. Shit, they could fucking come in and murder me. And I think my sheriff would be the lookout for them. That's how it works, you know? It's just bizarre. And they're all Nazi bullshit is just exhausting. You know? It's exhausting. And I don't know. God has kept me here for a reason. But to be quite honest, I am at a loss to know what that reason is. Because, yes, I'll keep fighting, but I just don't, you know. I don't even know who you are. There are people who, nobody is who they are on here. That's the issue. You know, I block people because nobody is who they are. And I just don't play any games anymore. I just don't play any fucking games. And so if there's something that comes up that's weird, I block. I don't even look at it. I just block. You know? So if I blocked you, it's because you did something that actually freaked me out. You know? Okay, well, Pixel Pixie, I don't know why you're blocked because you seem to be a normal person. I don't know. I'll fix it because I know your name and I know you've been in here and I don't know why you would be blocked. But what could have happened is that while I'm doing this, those idiots come on and there's so many of them that I just hit and I hit block and I could have hit I could have hit the right, you know. I could have hit your name and not realize that I hit your name. And but I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Pixel Pixie. Just send me an email to remind me. And so I'll fix it. Because sometimes I get on here and the last time I was on here, it was block, 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 you know, because I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with their Nazi bullshit. It's all hateful and it's all childish and it's all stupid shit. And they all dance around like, ah, ha, ha, no one's helping you. No one's helping you. And I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I really don't. I know that when I meet my maker, I'll be able to say that I tried, that I did everything I could, that I tried. And that's what I know. And after Isaac died, I left. That's why I really appreciate a lot of you leaving comments underneath, because I know investigators watch this stuff and they watch the comments. And so when Isaac died, that's why I was out of it for like 4 years. I was out of it. I just didn't want to. I did the videos that I did, but I didn't allow comments. And I just put the shit out there and just didn't interact with anybody. Because right now, let me tell you, they have me, the sheriff in town, they threw a twink at me. I don't know what they thought I was going to do. I'm not ruled by my dick. And I wasn't all entranced. And, you know, they weren't a kid, but, and now there's other stuff. It's just, they keep, it's just one fucking setup after another setup, game after game after game. And it's exhausting to deal with. It's exhausting to deal with. And I don't know. I was wearing that hat all day because I had to go pay bills, but I don't feel like wearing a hat in the house. It is hot. It's almost 60 degrees, but then tonight we're getting a blizzard. And so I'm hoping it's just rain, you know, but they're saying it's going to be whiteout conditions and blizzard all night, 70-mile-an-hour winds. It's bizarre weather. It's bizarre weather. And I just don't think it's going to get any better. I don't even really know what to talk about. To be quite honest, I don't even know what to talk about. I don't watch the news anymore because it makes me sick to my stomach. I fell asleep to Tubi last night. Like I said, I woke up this morning and I opened my eyes on the because I heard Aquino's name. So I open my eyes and look at the television, and him and Lilith, their ugly ass faces, are on the television. And they're talking about Temple Set, how he was convinced that it was all about this new age stuff where they think they're gods. And they do think they're gods. They think that they are gods. And that's why I think God is about ready to deal with them. God is about ready to do something. And if they're gods, they'll be able to handle it. They'll be able to counter it. You know, there's so many more of them than there is of our Father. We're not gods. We're children. And we're servants. But that was the whole thing. That's what I was waking up to because they were saying, you know, yeah, sometimes your television is watching you. I've heard that. And I have a smart television. So probably, you know, they're on top of me. They listen to my phone calls, they watch me, and they brag about it. Good question, Sarah. If they're gods, then why do they look like dorks? Why are they dorks? You know, they just don't look like dorks. They're idiots. And I stand on the opposite of them. I would much rather serve in heaven than rule in hell. You know, I'd much rather serve, even though it's not much fun. It's not much fun. And it's the first of the month, and I don't know how I'm going to make it this month, but I'm sick and tired of Thomas calling me a grifter and a fake sodomite. And I go from being, he calls me a Jew, and then I'm a Holocaust denier. It's just, I wish they would stop obsessing about me. I wish the cops would fucking do something. You know? I wish they would do something. I wish they would actually deal with these people. You know? That's why I have a sign outside my house again that says protecting child killers and trafficking meth is wrong, you know? And I have people walking past that sign glaring at it. I guess they don't agree with the message, you know? I guess they don't agree with the message. I guess they're okay with child killers and they love the meth trafficking, you know? I'm just exhausted. It's just tiring and disheartening. It makes me wonder, we're not in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. We're in the days of Noah. You know, that's what I think. We're in the days of Noah. Only this time it won't be a flood. This time it's supposed to be fire. But we're in the days of Noah. There is no compassion. There's no love. People are so eager to share their hatred with everybody. You know, this Nazi salute. And, oh, yeah, Trump is great. Have the price of eggs gone down? No. And the tariffs go on today. And all the other countries are doing their tariffs now. So all the shit's going to go up in price. But let's blame Biden. Hey, fuck, let's blame Hillary Clinton. Because God knows, and all these people that are going to these town hall meetings, they're saying that they're Democrats. Well, fuck, why don't you just go back? Just say that they're Black Lives Matter. Everyone who's bitching about all the veterans getting fired and all of that stuff, fuck Democrats, just say it's Black Lives Matter. You know? Why don't we just go back to Germany and you can blame it off on some religious ethnicity? You know? And people are okay with it. You know? Still half the country is all, oh, rah, rah, rah. You know? Whatever. They serve Russia. They serve Russia. Begging for our own demise. It's written that's what's written in Scripture. People will be begging for death that won't come. You know? They'll cut their noses off to spite their face. You know? Because they're not fucking billionaires. You know? So when the prices come up, they're not going to suffer. They have plenty of money. They're not going to care. But all of us, fuck, I don't know how I'm going to feed myself. You know? And of course you have people like the Dead Eyes Acappy Club and Thomas and stuff because they get paid for the government. That's what I think that they should start looking at is who are they paying in the government that's all under all this illegal shit? How many fucking meth heads are they supporting to go target people? Because that's what's going on. You know? It's not federal workers that are the problem. It's the billionaires and the rich. And the bloated defense spending that we spend all this money on as taxpayers, you know? But you don't see them doing shit about that. No, now what we have is all of our allies are fucking turned against us. And Russia, Putin, who fucking poisons people and throws them out the window and just fucking murders whoever he wants, that's who that's who we go with now, you know? And China, who executes all kinds of people. And Iran. We are now part of the axis of evil. And everyone's okay with it, I guess. You know? It's just bizarre. It's bizarre. And disheartening and sad. And the end couldn't come fast enough. I know, Sherilyn. There's a bunch of us who aren't okay with it. You know? More of us that are not okay than are. But unfortunately, the ones that are okay are aggressive as fuck. Do you know that Thomas sent me an email that said, fuck Zelensky. He's all for Putin. You know, the dude has mental problems. That's what I think. With all of the harassment that he does on all of the emails, and he just never stops. The last live I did, that email where he's saying that he's going to steal my house. After I did the video, then he sent me a thing saying, I have no interest in your house. It's Tara Joyce. Well, they're all working together. You know, they're all controlled opposition. They all work together. And it makes him butthurt when I say that, but that's the way it is. You know? I'm just exhausted. Exhausted. You know? Oh, I need help with my apartment was flooded with gray water. A pipe broke with gray water. How do I keep mold from growing? Gray water is really bad. Um, I would look that up. I can't give you any solid advice. Getting rid of black mold, that's what you have to be afraid of. And if black mold starts going in your apartment, the only thing I can suggest to you is move the fuck out. You know, treat it with white matter. What is white matter? Please be careful. You don't want black mold. That Brittany, the this the young the girl that was the actress who was in Clueless, um, that's how she supposedly died. She breathed in black mold, and then her husband died because he breathed in black mold. If you have any, depending on what the laws are in your town, you can petition to have them tell the landlord that they have to fix it. You know, that's Murphy. Thank you, Brittany Murphy. She supposedly she got it made her sick, and then she died. And and black mold is almost impossible to kill. It's almost impossible to kill. It's scary, scary, scary stuff. Professional cleaners. Get professional cleaners in. You know? But at least we're talking about stuff that isn't just dealing with my crap, because I'm so sick of my crap. I'm so sick of dealing with these people. I'm so sick and tired of dealing with law enforcement. I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. And they protect child killers. They're distributing meth, but they expect me to respect them because they have a little tin badge. And gray water is disgusting. It's disgusting. You know, well, it's sewer water. That's what gray water is. It's sewer water. It's gross. I'm so sorry. I'm probably not going to stay on here long because, as you can tell, I'm just in a shitty mood. I'm broke now again, and I just got paid, but my bills are just atrocious. My electricity bill was almost $700, and I'm just, I don't know how I'm going to eat. I have a little bit, so I have enough to buy dog food, you know? So maybe I'll be eating dog food with dogs, you know? We'll all sit down to a nice bowl of Purina. But, and it's going to get worse because when the tariffs hit, everything's going to go up. I can't make it now. I don't know how, you know? And we're being run by a bunch of rich people who don't give a shit. You know, I haven't eaten anything today. Oh no, I had crackers and cheese because cheese was on sale at and I did go to the pantry the beginning of this month, and so that, you know, rice and mango is good. I love jasmine rice with mango, and if you cook the jasmine rice in coconut milk, oh my god, it's amazing. I eat rice a lot. I eat a lot of rice. A lot of rice, a lot of pasta. That's why I have the tractor tire around. I can't afford to eat healthy. But I did go to the pantry this month. And so that was incredibly helpful. Helped, you know. Oh, yes, I hear you. Come here. I have someone demanding my attention. Oh, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. And so, I don't much eat fish. I don't like tuna. I won't ever eat tuna. But I eat canned chicken, which is a little bit more expensive than fish. And I do eat salmon patties because salmon is fairly cheap. And you mix it with saltine crackers, which are fairly cheap, and you can fry them up, and then you have at least you get your fish oil and stuff like that. I just don't know what to do. I am tired of all of it, and I grow I grow herbs in the summertime because I have a place that they end up. The woman really likes me, and so she sells it. I can get herbs for $1 a piece, so I get a lot of basil, and I get a lot in the summertime. I eat a lot of basil and tomatoes, a basil tomato salad. Ooh, I won't eat sardines. Too salty. But I eat a lot of tomatoes with basil, fresh tomatoes and fresh basil. And so I do that. I ended up going, I did splurge when I got paid and bought this thing to pop popcorn and air popper popcorn because it's way cheaper to do it that way than it is to go out and buy the microwave popcorn. And so, and I eat a lot of popcorn, a lot of carbs. You know, poor people eat a lot of carbs, rice, pasta, popcorn. You know, it's such a good boy. Such a good boy. Little tail is just going. Well, I hate to do this, but I really don't have anything to say. I just wanted to come on here. I like to do these 3 times a week so you guys know that I'm still okay. And someone jumped over my 9-foot fence and broke my concrete statue of Joseph. And I that's what I bought. I bought some native popcorn that's high in antioxidants. I figure if I'm going to eat popcorn, I might as well eat healthy popcorn. I've stopped hoping that things are going to get better because I hope and hope and hope, and it's just same shit, different day. We're in Nazi bullshit territory now where there is no justice. And I'm sure that after I'm done with this live, I'll have I put their stuff out there so people know what I'm going through, because that's what Isaac, as far as I'm concerned, that's what he did wrong. He did not talk about the people that were making his life hell in the end. He just stayed with all of the other stuff and didn't talk about who was actually going after him and all of that. And so I just, and I'm exhausted. Again, waking up, the first thing, I just didn't need Aquino to be the first wake up and see his ugly ass mug on my television. And I just forgot to turn the television off. I fell asleep early last night. And these people dance around and commit crimes. And they just dance around and brag. They're just, and I hope they do get justice. Right now, I'm ask me on another day, and I'll say God is gonna just deal with them in the harshest way possible. But right now, we all go through periods where we question our faith. And right now, today, that's where I'm at. I just don't know why I chose to get involved with all of this stuff. And I don't mean to be a baby. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm sick of it. I'm broke, you know, and I constantly have to worry about stupid shit, you know. It's dark here too, the sky, and it's getting darker. It's warm. It's like 60 degrees here. But, you know, that's how weird the weather has been. It's 70 degrees one day and then 30 degrees the next day. And it just goes up and down. God be with you. Thank you. Good memories of those I lost. That's why I wore this hat. This hat was Owen's. Well, it was Owen's, but he hated this hat. And I love this hat. And so I took this hat from him because I was just like, I'm going to take this hat. It's stupid that you have this hat and you don't wear it. It was funny because he's the straightest dude, or he was the straightest dude. But the hat that he liked to wear was this big, floppy, woven hat. It's like what you would see an old woman gardening. And it was the ugliest hat. And I always asked him why, this hat is nice. It's a nice hat. It's nice leather hat. It's one of my favorites, actually, especially now. Owen had hair, but he had it cut really short, really, really super short. He had it almost shaved. It was short hair. But then he was a therapist, and so he just he shaved his own hair. I don't do that. But he had a clipper, clipped his own hair. That's how he kept it all short. And that's why he liked that big floppy hat. And he probably didn't like this hat because this hat is, he only wore a hat when he was going out in the sun. And this hat only has like two little holes on each side. And so this hat is a bit warm. And so that's why he probably didn't like it. But he was funny because I would wear this hat, we'd go out. And what he told me was, I'm so glad you took that hat. He said, because it looks really good on you. He was just like, I hated that hat, but it looks really good on you. And so I have a whole collection of hats because when I was out in Washington, um, I lived by an outlet mall. And there was a kiosk in the middle of the mall. There was Stetson hats. And so I started a hat collection. And then I'll go and find hats at Goodwill's, but for me to find a hat, it's kind of hard because I have a big ass head. And so the one size fits all, it should say one size almost fits all because they rarely ever fit. It sits on the top of my head, and doesn't. I'm going to wear a hat because my hair looks like shit. I didn't do anything with my hair because I put a hat on all day because I had to go outside. And I just didn't want to fool with it. I have, and I have a bald spot on the back of my head, which I didn't realize until I got my security cameras up outside. Because I don't ever look at the back of my head. So we spend all day getting the security cameras put up outside. And then I'm downstairs looking at the cameras, and I was just like, who is that bald headed dude? And it was me. I was mortified. I was mortified. I could be a monk. If I had short hair, I have the big ass. It's not so much now because I have long hair, but I had short hair at the time, and you could see the big bald spot. Now I have long hair; it covers that up. My long hair is kind of like my dad having a toupee. I'll never have a toupee. No, you do not need to get on me right now. No. Um, Mine is not. I was laughing because I have a scar here, and people sometimes ask me how I got a scar on my neck, and sometimes I tell people I was in a knife fight, but then I always tell them that's not true. I don't when I tell people that I was in a knife fight, they look at me and roll their eyes and go, "That is not how you got that scar," and it's not. I had skin cancer, and I had a mole removed that was that they were afraid was bad, and so they had to take a big chunk out of it. So I have a, you know, and then I have a scar here because I was in a bicycle accident when I was 19. Went off of a curb that was all overgrown. It was just tall weeds, and someone had removed the metal grate from the storm drain, and my tire went in the storm drain, and I fell on my shoulder on the metal curb and ripped all the ligaments and tendons off of my clavicle bone, which then shot up because it didn't have any. And I ended up having to go and have um, surgery, having that. The city, Omaha, paid for it. When I first called the woman, I said, well, I have to have my surgery in 2 weeks. And she said, oh, no, you need to call them back and reschedule that. She said, the paperwork will not get through. It'll take at least 6 weeks for the paperwork to get through. So you're going to have to wait 6 weeks. I was in serious pain. So me being who I am, I spent 2 weeks calling every 30 minutes. And so I would call to find out who had the paperwork. So I would start calling them every 30 minutes. And then they would hurry up with the paperwork just so I would stop calling them because I was calling every 30 minutes. And so then I'd be like, okay, well, who has the paperwork now? I need their phone number. And so I called them every 30 minutes. And a week and a half later, that woman called me back and told me, I have never seen anybody push the paperwork through that fast, but you're approved. You can go have surgery. To say that I am tenacious and when I want something, I'm a pain in the ass, and especially when I was young, because I was 19 when this happened, you know? My hair is getting gray. You can't really see it right now, but it's not getting gray, it's getting silver. I have my dad's hair. He didn't have gray hair, he had silver hair. And I'm starting to get it here, but I am just the same way, Timothy. I'm going to embrace my flaws as I get older. But as I'm getting older, I'm kind of growing into my looks. You know, I actually look better at 58 than I did when I was 19. I just look better now. It's weird. I seem to be growing into my looks, and there is no way I would ever go have plastic surgery. Those people do not even look real. You know, how awful it must be to look in the mirror and be them and be like, "Oh my God," because one time my ex and his father and I all went to a Cher concert, and she spent 20 or 30 minutes talking about, "Oh, I'm so young, look at how beautiful I am. Oh, don't isn't it just amazing?" So then when the concert was over and we were walking back to the car, my ex and his dad were talking about it, and my ex looked at me and said, "Don't you think she looked good?" And I said, "No, she looks like she's been in some sort of weird kind of fire because her face was so tight. You know, it was just bizarre." Wow. Fake face does not look good. And I'm sorry about the no anesthesia vasectomy. My dad had a vasectomy. That's how I realized that my stepmother's daughter and son are not my brother and sister. They're my niece and nephew. Bye, Timothy. I'm going to get off here too because I'm just kind of wasting everyone's time. I'm not really talking about anything super serious. It's just, I wanted to come on here and let everyone know. I'm just tired. As you can tell, I'm sick of being the threats of, "Oh, I'm taking your channel down," and all of that. I'm sick of it. You know, I'm sick of all. And then some of you, I send you the emails. And so the emails are just intense. They have slowed down in the last couple days. So saving grace. But they're probably planning something. God only knows. That Johnny Dub was just like, "Oh, well, we have stuff in the works. We're just going to let you be surprised, you know?" And I can thank my meth head fucking dealing sheriff for that. Because this could have all been dealt with a long time ago, but they didn't bother to do a fucking thing, you know? And so I have to sit here, you know, broke as shit, don't know what's coming down the pipeline, you know? If any of you have the inclination, I certainly could handle prayers because I journeyed this morning. But when I journeyed, I was honest when I went, you know, when I went and started communing on the other side and told Father, "I don't even know if you're real. I don't even know if I'm just kind of, you know." That's why I'm trying to give you guys hope, but I just don't have much to give today. You know, I just exhausted. If I had the money to go to Omaha, oh my God, I would go to Omaha. If I had the money to go out to eat, I would love it. But c'est la vie. But I'm exhausted dealing with fucking child killers and meth head police and all of that is just the world doesn't work the way that it should. It just doesn't work the way that it should. And I can understand why Isaac Cappy felt the way he did. But then they've had me so irritated for so long that, of course, now I'm tired. I go through this. I'll end up being tired. I'll spend a couple days where I'll be tired and grouchy, but then it goes back and I get back to normal. And I'll probably on Sunday be totally fine and back to normal. That's how it works. I'm just the third is always a bad time because I ended up having to pay so much on bills right now that I just don't have anything. I don't even know I'm gonna have gas. I'm hoping that it snows because I scooped for someone, and at least that would be a little bit of money. And so, and what's going on in the world is, you're right, Sherilyn. It's just, I no longer can watch the news because that's the other thing, is that I got up this morning and started watching the news, and I can't even watch like Jimmy Kimmel or the funny stuff, Jon Stewart, because they kind of entertain me, but it's not fun to watch them anymore because the shit that they're talking about isn't funny. It isn't funny. It is scary, and anyone who is not scared of what's coming down the pipeline is a fucking idiot. You know, your head is obviously so crammed so far up your ass, you're not getting enough oxygen because the shit is terrifying. It's scary. And we were warned that these days would happen. We were warned that these are coming, and we have to be there for each other. It's just that right now, today, and it's just today. Yesterday I was kind of okay. Waking up and the first fucking thing hearing in my head is Michael Aquino's name, and then opening my eyes and seeing his ugly ass face on my television was not the way I needed to start the day. And the interest on our national debt, and who did the national debt? Who contributed more than any other president? The very one who's putting tariffs on everything now. You know, if we flat tax, that's all I'm going to say, flat tax. And the billionaires and all these rich ass motherfuckers who end up paying nothing. And not only do they not pay anything, they get millions, if not more, in subsidies, like Amazon and Google and Musk and all of those. Why are we giving them money and taking it away from the people who don't have any? That's it. Let's take all the money from the poor people and give it back to the rich people. That's what's happening. 8 people own all of our media. And now the entire world is turned against us. The entire world. We have no more allies. If we go to war, we're in it alone. No one's going to come to our aid. So if Russia or China decides to invade us, and stop calling Scientology a church, take it away their tax exemptions, I think that all churches should lose tax exemptions. Personally, if you're not going to help poor people with your money, then you need to be exempt, or you need to be taxed. And if you're into politics, you need to be taxed. That's how I work. And Scientology, Dianetics was a great book. It was all about therapy until the last 4 or 5 chapters when it all was about money. Notice how no poor people are Scientologists. Notice how there's no poor Scientologists. And so church is a business. Church is a business. And so I guess I'll pray, and then I'm going to get off here. Because I'm just really, but I'm going to pray for what good it is. Father, heaven, we come to you as your children. I come to you. I'm having a low moment today. I just don't understand why I'm where I'm at. I really did think it would go so much different. And these Nazi ass incel pieces of shit that just never leave me alone are just dancing around and parading around like the monkeys in heat that they are. And it's just exasperating and tiring. And I'm grateful for the things that I do have in my life. I have a lot of love in my life, and I can't deny that. And I have people who really do love me and really do care. And I hope that that is the way for all of us. And if it's not, I hope that those of us who don't have much, that we're able to find something. But these days are hard. It's the, I keep saying we need each other to get through this. And today, I'm in need. You know, I don't have a lot to give today. I just, it's been exhausting. And, but I am so grateful that you sent your son, our brother Jesus Christ, to instruct us on the word. And he lived a life that we are meant to emulate. And I don't feel like I'm doing much emulating today. I kind of just want to go to bed and hide under my covers, to be quite honest. And I am sorry for that. I try to be strong, but I can't do it 24/7 every day of the year. There are just some times where I become exhausted, and this is one of these days. Fill our hearts with love. Let us see the grace that you share in our lives, and let us support each other. Don't let my attitudes today bring anybody down or discourage anybody, because I'm not meaning to do that. Not, I mean, I probably am aware that I'm doing it, but I'm not trying to intentionally do it. And we are grateful for your son, our brother, and we are so grateful for the word. And we say these things in your son, our brother's name, Jesus Christ. Amen. Okay. That's all I have today, guys. I'm just, this has just been, love you, Sherilyn, always. Sarah, Pixie, I'll fix that. It was not meant to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen. If you could just send me david@davidshurter.com, just send me the name that I'm looking for on YouTube so I can go on and unblock you. And so I just get to the point where sometimes I'm blocking people so much on these things. At least I didn't have to go through that today. So thank God for small favors. You know, at least it wasn't, you know, because Sunday, oh my God, it was awful. So with that said, I hope you guys have a better day than I'm having. Just saying. And love you guys. And I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk maybe Saturday afternoon. Sunday afternoon, actually, I didn't much care for it because I got all of those idiots constantly. And so I don't know. So just keep a lookout, I guess. And cool.